Well, boom, boom. Hello again.
Hi. I'm Mando.
Benji.
I have to stop doing this.
First of all, I thought we were supposed to start with our theme song, but that's
Oh, okay. Benji-Mandoe. It's a new one I'm working on.
It's a work in progress. It'll be thrown out, but it's a work in progress.
I don't know how to wear hats like this, so I'm just... How about that Super Bowl?
Unfortunately, our friends didn't win the Seahawks, but I don't know why I say friends. I know none of them.
I don't even know where the Seahawks are located. I just don't.
Seahawkton, Ohio.
I'm not very geographically sound.
Neither am I. The only thing I know is that
where the Seahawks are.
That Iceland is actually very summery and Greenland is covered in ice. That's the only thing I know. I might even be wrong on that.
You're like, I could be so wrong.
Actually, I have no idea.
Because I believe everything everyone tells me. Because we are brutal at making friends.
And that leads us into what we're going to talk about.
Beautiful segue.
Yeah, beautiful. That was seamless.
How do you make friends?
I don't. I just don't have friends.
He's such a liar. I'm always like, hey Ben, what's up? Like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, you know.
I'm too busy hanging out with all my friends.
Hanging out like 5 to 10 friends. / probably gonna make about 6 more.
Meanwhile,
like,
it's me just sitting there on Candy Crush by myself crying. I can't even get these guys to pair up. How am I supposed to pair up with friends?
It's true.
So yeah, making friends is tough. I moved around a lot, so I have no long-term friends, but I do make friends a little bit easier than
this girl.
than this one. And I'm pretty much just as awkward, but you are like shy awkward. I'm like,
oh my god, everyone hates me.
I'm like, oh my god, everybody's looking at me. I should be louder so I know they're looking at me.
So I know for sure.
Yeah.
And it's a fact.
Then I don't sit there and dwell on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god, that person just looked at me. They must hate everything about me. They must know my whole life story and hate me when I was 3 and I stole candy. That's what I think.
I stole a scrap piece of metal once. It wasn't even stealing. It was in the little garbage bin where they clip chains and hardware places. Did you lose a
friend over it?
My dad got really mad and he took me back to take it. So I might have lost a friend from the hardware guy. We could have been friends.
But I am serious when I say, okay, I'm okay at like meeting people and making friends. Making friends is alright. Yeah. It's keeping friends that I suck at.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Well, I do know because I'm just like, A, I get loud and I'm obnoxious and I'm really hard to handle. It takes someone special to handle that. And I just say everything on my mind.
No filter. No filter.
And apparently people don't like that. I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't mind it. I find it kind of fun actually. It's more fun just to take you out to watch you interact with people though. Because it's like TV.
It's like, I'm like Sheldon, but like a girl and not that smart at all. Just
so none of the good qualities of Sheldon.
None of the good qualities. Only the jerk qualities.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I don't make long-term friends either. It's like we'll be best friends. I automatically think that...
You're like this?
Yeah, I like meet somebody and I'm like, wow, we just had a great conversation. We're gonna be best friends forever. You're gonna be my groomsman. Like, you know,
I get like that too. I always get a best friend. Robin doesn't count. She's my ultimate best friend. But like I always get like one best friend where like in the heat of that couple months, like you are like, peanut butter jelly time.
Like everything. Like you're like, we meshed so well. This is gonna be such a good time.
This is gonna be sick.
I think that's what drives them off.
We're stage 5 clinger best friends.
Oh, stage 5 clinger. I'm like, oh yeah, they might have like just mentioned like, oh yeah, I'm busy the next night, and I hear somebody go, oh yeah, there's a party. I'm like, oh yo, so what time is it? When are we going? They're like, oh, yeah, no, like, that's not happening. And I'm like, that's totally happening. But I was not invited.
I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't
whatsoever.
happen to me.
That does not happen to me. She gets to go to all the parties, and I am left alone.
No, people invite me to parties, and I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, maybe. And then I don't go. I stay at home.
So yeah, that's why people are like, I'm gonna start. You're like, nobody calls me anymore. It's because you say I don't. You're gonna come and you never show up.
People were like, you want to hang out? You want to do this? I'm like, yeah. And click.
I'm sitting in my PJs and not moving.
Let me get back to you on that.
Yeah.
And then I just don't.
A maybe means no in your book. Totally means no. I'm like, yeah, if I can get there, and if you don't make me meet you there, that's what I have a problem with making friends. And they're like, oh yeah, come to this, and we'll meet you outside. And I'm like, no, one of you is gonna come and get me.
There's
and like
no way
come
I'm
down
walking
with me.
into this damn party alone.
Yeah.
I hate it. I don't do that either.
Yeah.
That's bullshit, right? Like, people are like, come to the bar. And it's like, why do I want to show up at the bar alone?
By myself.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna be meeting.
I think I fear that they're like not gonna be there, or that awkward time when you like walk in and like everybody's in the midst of a conversation. You're like, hey, they're like, what's up? And keep going back.
It's like, you're not welcome.
I didn't want to come anyways, and I storm out. I usually push one of their drinks over, and I run out. Takes a big man to cry.
That's what it looks like though when he cries.
I am a horrible cry.
Actually, when he gets drunk and he cries, he doesn't really cry. He just goes like.
This is too much info on me. This is too much.
But then there's me who's like, ah!
She's like on the floor, like humping the air, and like.
I think that's a little far.
She's like this, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm dancing. This is dancing. This is dancing. And I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, but somebody's gonna think you're seizing.
That does actually never happen.
That happened once.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Anyway, moral of the story is, I guess it's just so outrageous. What's that Dr. Seuss quote that's like, I don't know, but I think it's something about finding people that are just as weird as you so you guys can be weird together, mutual weirdness.
Doesn't sound like Dr. Seuss.
It's Dr. Seuss, look it up. Someone look it up. Hashtag
Google.
Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
Hashtag weirder you, weirdest world, weird. Weird world.
Weird world.
About an app. Sorry. Whoa.
So yeah, that's my life on making friends. I do it rather well. I seem to mingle all right.
You mingle real well.
Yeah, like
I'm a little shy at
I can
first.
go in and like step into somebody else's conversation usually.
And
Which I
take
don't,
over it.
and which I don't think is necessarily appreciated all the time. But like I've met lots of people by like literally just going and sitting down beside them. What?
Literally.
How do you?
I literally can. If anyone's watching this, post in the comments below if it's literally, like literally, or literally.
Literally.
Like, literally.
I don't think there was no accent in it.
Literally. It's literally.
You will see this. This will
Literally.
be a whole.
Hashtag literally, not literally.
I didn't say trolley. We will do a whole other thing on pronunciation of words because
Next.
obviously I don't do it correctly. I enunciate.
He sucks at it. Anyway, that's me on making friends. I'm terrible at it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm good at it, but then I'm bad at keeping them because I am a jerk who has not mastered the if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all rule. In fact, when they call me out on giving a face, I say that. Well, if you don't have anything nice to say.
Make a bitch face. But one last thing I want to point out is it's hard these days to make friends because all you've got is work, school, bars, and the internet. So those four things. And if, I worked with seniors for a while, and so I wasn't making any friends there that, like,
You made one friend.
I did make one friend.
She's awesome.
She was very nice. I enjoy her. She's one of my besties.
She's great.
But,
It's not me.
no, yeah, it's not.
It's not me.
She's actually 74.
And she's so cute.
No, I meant you. You're 74. But, to be honest, there's that. Making friends in bars is interesting, but usually that doesn't cling on for more than one night.
It's a one night stand.
Making friends at work is hard because a lot of the times you want to go out and hang out with them, but then you don't want to really put yourself out there completely because then you have to go to work with them the next day, and what if it's like, they spread it around the office, something like that, and at school, well, your focus should be on school.
It never is, but...
It never is. I sat at the back of the class for so long, made friends, and when I went to college, I sat right in front of the teacher, didn't make any friends, made like 2 friends, I think, but got a lot more done, so it's very hard. So you can also post your best ways of making friends.
If you have them.
If you have them. Or if you don't, like us, you can make a video. Thanks for watching, guys.
Benji-Mandoe.